What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today it is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. And we had a pretty profitable day today, hit over 100 pips. And let me go ahead and show you exactly how we put this in. So, sorry about that. I'm actually working on some trade journals down here. But we had price ranging, right, for the whole past week after price had broken down after this 17% drop, right? Or correction. So once we seen price break below the weekly support, we seen it range, right? It sat in this level right here and ranged for all of last week. And on Monday, price finally broke through to the upside, right? And once it broke through to the upside, we seen here that there was a clear breaker structure, right? All of these lower highs were broken, including this one here. So once this one was broken, I think, now we see that price is going to be pushing up to the upside for the most part, at least in the short term, the next couple weeks and months. But we seen price break up to the upside here. And I actually had these zones mapped out beforehand. I took some sells off of this area right here. But I did know that it was strong, and I did see that an IOC had been formed right here, right? So off of this IOC, this is about at the, like in between the 62 and 70%, so around 65%. I thought that this level could be respected, and you see it was respected before open. Now going down to like the 5-minute chart, let's just zoom in. Going down to the 5-minute chart, we obviously see a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So me seeing this, as a scalper, you just got to go ahead and think, even though we're in a clear uptrend right now, I think at this level we had to think that price had to go ahead and, retrace back a little bit, at least a little bit. And even if it's coming up here and matching this former resistance level, I thought that it did have to retrace, and I thought that this was the right time to do it, right? Even right here on the 5-minute, we see the 20-minute EMA, or the 20 EMA crossover. So I seen that price was giving us, some nice things to work with. Going down to the 1-minute chart, let me just go ahead and show you exactly how it was leading up to open. Sorry, I still got to do the trade journal for today. So this ILC was clear. Even on the 15-minute, we seen that it was here, and it formed right here. This ILC formed and gave us this pretty nice off the edge, right? But price wasn't necessarily there yet. So one thing that happened was I thought that I missed the trade because of this 1-minute chart. Let me go ahead and show you. On this 1-minute, I seen that price was pushing up to this area, and I wanted to catch a sell off of this area right here. This was originally the top IOC that I liked. And the 5-minute EMA was right here, writing it down, so I thought that price could push up to the upside, tap this 5-minute 50 EMA, and then continue down to the downside. But let me go ahead and show you exactly what price did. Boom. Right at 630, pushed down to the downside. So it actually used this area, and this was actually at about a little less than 50%. So I didn't want to take the trade there. And, price pushed back up again. I still like this area up here for a sell. Oh no, this is where we took it. Yep. Price pushed back down again. I thought I missed it. Entered in some sells right here. Broke even. Entered in some more sells when I seen price pushing down. I thought that, it could push down to these 21%, 26%, 21%, 68% levels. Negative 27%. So seeing price push back up, I was getting stopped out, losing a little bit of money, getting stopped out. And, you could go ahead and check the Instagram post to go ahead and see exactly what those losses were at, $27. I was able to go ahead and secure profits. We'll manage risk pretty well in this situation. Just because I knew we were trading at the bottom, I knew that that was something that could happen. And you just want to go smaller lot sizes since you missed the original position or the original entry. So as price pushed back up, I noticed that now it gave us a clear picture, right? So now we could go ahead and drag the Fibonacci down to where it needs to go, right? We could go ahead and see what's clear, right? We see that all of these higher lows have been broken now. And price had actually broken the previous golden zone ILC, broke through it. So I thought now it's a clear situation where we can see a sell-off from here. So as price pushed up to the upside, I entered some sells at the bottom of this level here. Let me go ahead and show you. And I'll tell you why I entered some sells at the bottom. I seen clear rejections, right? You see a clear rejection, clear rejection. So I entered in some sells at this point here. Two small 0.02s, right? And I knew that price could possibly push up to this area, so I wanted to enter here. So that's where I entered my second position, is right at that level. Just got in, and I entered a fourth position right here, and was able to go ahead and write it down. So again, the reason why I took this trade, we had a clear break of structure. We, drew out our Fibonacci. We had a 15-minute ILC that was clear as day right here, right after the break of structure. Go down to the 5-minute chart. We still see that there's a 5-minute, right, EMA, or 5-minute ILC right here. Go ahead and line it up. Go down to the 3-minute. You still see that there is a ILC right here. And then even the 1-minute, we see that it gave us another clear ILC at this level that's being respected. So that was the reason why I took the trade. I took the entry, and we were actually able to go ahead and write it down a bit. You can see exactly it engulfed both candles right here on the 5-minute as well. And we're able to go ahead and write this down a bit, about 100 pips, 103 pips. And the reason I took it, I got to get better at it, but the main reason I took it was because I was satisfied with the profits, which, you should never really be, because you want to see your trade to fruition. And my goal was to see it down to this resistance to support level. I liked it. Just overall from what price was showing us, I thought that this level at this 27% hit this resistance level could be a good area to push up from. And let me just show you exactly what price did. Basically did just that. But I took my profits at 103 pips, closed it out, was able to make $500 today, which is a fantastic day. 103 pips, and that's including some losses right here, right? Some break evens and losses. But closed my positions, and then price eventually used this area as, instead of using it as like support, it then used it as resistance and pushed down to the downside right at this 27% level, right on top of this, and then it finally made its way back up. So price came down exactly to that 27% level, and you kind of gotta let the trade go to fruition. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. You get stopped out, price doesn't hit your take profit. But in the end, I missed out on 120 pips, right? I caught 103 of the potential 220 pips today. So it was still a great day. But you got to recognize what price is doing, and you got to go ahead and see your trade to fruition at the end of the day. But I wanted to show you guys something else, because again, this is off of a key IOC, right? We've seen a clear break of structure to the downside, got in because of what price shown us. We had multiple confirmations to take the trade, but I want to show you guys what happened after the fact. Wasn't even looking at the charts at any point in time right here. This is what time is it here? It was about 10 o'clock. Wasn't paying attention to any of the charts right here. But let me show you exactly what happens. So price basically pushes up from this area, but it's a slow push, right? And you could kind of see that it's forming a small support level right here, small resistance to support level right here. But as it gets closer, remember today's also an earnings day where Apple, or not Apple, I think it was PayPal, might have been Apple or Amazon. Some of the big guys, big players in the industry that are in the NASDAQ, they had some earnings report, Facebook or Meta, they actually had some underwhelming earnings reports today. So with that being said, these earnings were reported, and look at what happens when price gets back up to this area. Couple quick rejections, right? Couple quick rejections out of the zone. And look at this. We see another rejection out of the zone, right? Boom. In 5 minutes. Look at what it did in 5 minutes. This is a huge drop. 15,106, 899. That's 200 pips in 5 minutes. Which, man, I wish I was looking at the charts to see this and potentially take a trade right here. But 200 pips in 5 minutes. I think it ended up going like 400 pips in a short while. So let's just go ahead and see the rejection from here. Essentially did 315 pips in 2 hours. Reality, 315 pips in 25 minutes, right? So that's a huge breakdown to the downside, and now price is pushing through and sitting in this area right now. So, price actually broke down a little bit farther than I was expecting it to, but I think we can see a push up from this area here. Possibly. I'm going to clean all this up for tomorrow's trades, but we could definitely see some pushes up from this area right here, or we just see a farther drop down to the downside. So we'll see what price gives us. Overall, I think that we could see it push up, continue to push up to these areas. I think it really can, and recover some of the ground here that it's basically just fell off from. So I think that we can definitely see price do that, but it's just a matter of time. As a scalper, we just try to take what the market gives us, in the morning at New York Open, and it's been working well for us. So yeah, that was today's trades. I hope you guys were able to take something from it. I was definitely able to take something from it, and yeah, go ahead and follow the Instagram page at Day Trade with Zay. Subscribe, like, comment. If you guys see anything that you disagree with or seen something that I don't see, go ahead and comment right there, and I'm ready to learn. So tune in tomorrow, 6:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for New York Open. We're either trading the NASDAQ or Dow Jones, and see what the market gives us. Appreciate your time, and have a good one.